I just wanted to make a quick video here. I hit over 180,000 miles on the Prius Prime. I'm doing an oil change today. I'm just waiting for it to finish draining. I've got the Famoto valve on this vehicle and it drains ridiculously slow. So you got to make sure that you warm up the engine before you do that. Any big changes since my last long-term review? I think I did the rear shocks on these at around 140,000 miles. I'm at 180,000 miles now. Let me look exactly. It says I'm at 181,000 miles, 233. Okay, so I think it's today's middle of May, towards the end of May. So far the car is running good. No surprises. It's a Toyota. I still use the Comma 2. That's lasted quite a while for me as well. And I also use the Van True dash cam. That's worked out well for me as well. I don't think I've had any big problems, fellas. This car's been, thankfully, really reliable. I'm actually still on the original windshield as well. So I had a couple cracks. I used some crack repair filler things for the windshield. You can see a couple small little imperfections here and there, but I'm still on the original windshield. This is my third set of tires I'm using the Weather Peak tires, and I don't mind the Weather Peaks. They're okay so far. I think I lost a little bit of MPG. One thing that I've been kind of bummed about, my MPGs are not that good. Okay, so it might be part of the tires. Could be just because I've got a high mileage, or I might need some new spark plugs. I did my spark plugs, I think, around 90,000 miles. So it's probably due for a spark plug change. It's been about 90,000 miles again since my last spark plug change. So if I show you my let's see here, average MPG 44.8 MPGs. That's not very good. Okay, so 44.8 MPG. Now my electrical vehicle range on this car is about 21.5 miles is what I get when I charge it up fully charged. Again, I use a level 2 charger 50% of the time, and a regular 110 volt outlet the other half of the time. So my traction battery's been good. My electric battery's been fine. I have had to replace my 12 volt battery once after about 5 years of the original battery lasting quite a while. Let's see here. Boy, what other updates do I have? Everything's been good. I have a feeling I'm going to be keeping this car until it hits at least 300,000 miles before I get something new. You know, I saw the new Prius, and honestly, I wasn't in love with it. It's not bad. Definitely looks better than the last generation. I'll give it that. From what I understand, it's pretty small for the new Prius Prime. It's a bit smaller on the inside. Not much more cargo capacity, and I think the new Prius as well doesn't have a whole lot more cargo capacity either. So I'm probably gonna consider a RAV4 Prime or a Highlander hybrid, just something that I can have the Comma 2 with. I've even thought about a Tesla Y. I was in the backseat of a Tesla Y for an Uber ride, and it was comfortable and surprisingly pretty roomy in the Tesla Y. So since I do a lot of long drives too, I was considering that. The only thing was, you know, the range on a Tesla, and I wasn't quite sure if I was going to be happy with the range of a Tesla Model Y going 80 miles per hour ish on the freeway, and a range of about 225 miles, if I would get that going that fast, right, without stopping to charge. Honestly, I hate having to stop. So that's why I'm not quite sure if I would get a Tesla. So that's my take. Otherwise, I'm looking at potentially a new Toyota in a year or two, a couple years. We'll see. We'll see how long this car lasts. I have a feeling this car is going to last for a long time. And I'll keep updating you with that information as it comes along. But yeah, I do oil changes about every 8 to 10,000 miles. Because I do long commutes, I don't have a whole lot of city driving. And again, I do use electrical range a lot as well. So that's why even if I change it at 10,000 miles, maybe 1 or 2,000 miles is from electric, you know. So so that's why I do 10,000 interval changes. But I use quality oil. I like Valvoline full synthetic. I've used a mix from 0.20 all the way up to 10.30 for my vehicle. And to be honest, it runs fine on either, or I haven't had any issues. If anything, I actually like running my car on higher weight oil. But that's just me, Everybody's got their opinion on that. And whatever works for you is fine. My Subaru Forester over here, I like to use thicker oil. I'll go as high as 1040, 1030 because Subarus are known to burn oil. And I also like to use a Lucas oil with my oil changes. So I'll use the oil treatment Lucas oil. I'll show you outside. It makes the car run a lot smoother actually. For both my vehicles, for all my vehicles, this stuff is thick like honey, but it works really well. I haven't had any issues, and we'll see how my car keeps performing. I have done all fluid changes on this vehicle, including the antifreeze. I did that like around I probably did the antifreeze around 130,000 miles. There's a video on it that I made. I've also done the CVT oil transmission change on this car, so there's a video on that as well. So make sure you subscribe and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. But yeah, long-term review, over 180,000 miles. It still looks fine, other than a couple dents here and there and some road rashes. Drives good. I still haven't changed the brakes, so the brakes are still original. So I've got 180,000 miles on original brakes. I think I might change it later this year, maybe next year. We'll see. I know I'm going to hit 200,000 miles probably this year, is my guess. I think I average about 4,000 to 5,000 miles a month on this vehicle. So yeah, it's getting up there. Looking forward to getting in the 200 to 300 mile range with this car and giving you guys an update. Some of the things I don't like is, again, I've mentioned it before, but these plastic things in the front, you know what? I just use the black electric tape to cover up any imperfections. I've got a crack over there from rock chips, but honestly, I'm not down for changing it out right now unless I've got some significant holes in it. So that's it, guys. Give it a thumbs up. I'll talk to you guys later. Over and out.